Here at ancientcode.com, actually ancient-code.com, there's an article by the Ancient Code team entitled 5 Out-of-Place Artifacts That Challenge Mainstream History. When the team begins, there are perhaps a dozen discoveries that have been made on Earth that challenge conventional and mainstream science in every single way. Only a dozen. Most scholars have decided to simply ignore these findings. They're unable to place them anywhere inside their mainstream history. But just what are these discoveries? Are they just false fabricated lies that have been put in place to create buzz? Or are these discoveries true and verifiable, pointing towards a different past of the human race? There are people who argue that we are being served filtered information, and that many things regarding the distant past of mankind have been kept safe away from society. What if our history is all wrong? Numerous discoveries have been made in the last 50 years that suggest we have inhabited this planet much before mainstream science is telling us. 100-million-year-old finger. According to mainstream archaeology and anthropology, the oldest human fossil is around 2.8 million years old. But as I mentioned above, there have been many discoveries that challenge this thinking. One of those incredible discoveries that break up all patterns is a fossilized human finger that is believed to be 100 million years old. This incredible discovery was made in the 1980s at a quarry from a Cretaceous limestone formation in Texas. The question that remains is, how is it possible that a 100-million-year-old fossilized finger exists? Did some sort of unknown human species live on Earth 100 million years ago? This incredible stone was discovered thanks to a crack that formed in a megalith 500 years ago, revealing Chinese characters that read, "The Chinese Communist Party collapses." The problem is that the age of the rock dates back 270 million years, according to researchers. It's an astonishing discovery of a stone that displays curious patterns on its surface. According to researchers, these patterns have been identified as simplified Chinese characters, and traditional Chinese characters that read, "Communist Party of China, perish," or "Chinese Communist Party collapses," is one of the main attractions in the Qinan Pingtang National Geological Park. The mystery is its age, dating back at least 270 million years to the Permian period. The stone was discovered in the cleaning process of the Dayun International Photography Exposition, and the area has remained isolated and untouched by humans for an incredible period of time. The stone was found in a narrow gap between two cliffs. 300-million-year-old piece of aluminum machine found in Russia. There's been a lot of chatter regarding this discovery, as national media have reported that a curious artifact has been discovered in Vladivostok, Russia. We're talking about a 300-million-year-old piece that could have belonged in the distant past to a complex aluminum machine. Experts who have had the opportunity to analyze the artifact have concluded that the piece resembles a gear and is not, in any case, the result of any natural force. Where this 300-million-year-old gear gets interesting is in its chemical composition. According to tests, the object is composed of extremely pure aluminum, ranging from 96 to 98%. It has an additional 2 to 4% of magnesium. This composition is even more surprising, according to scholars, as highly pure aluminum is something very hard to find. Most alloys contain manganese, silicon, copper, titanium, or zirconium, but in a percentage of about 10%. This actually means that the object we are discussing has a chemical composition not common in our time, and even less in the past, and is extremely hard to be found by itself in nature. 290-million-year-old human footprint. Wow, and that is a perfect footprint. Will you look at that? It is a discovery that is challenged in every single way the views and opinions of mainstream scholars. The discovery of a 290-million-year-old footprint was made in New Mexico by paleontologist Jerry McDonald in 1987. In the vicinity of this mysterious footprint, there are fossilized impressions of birds and other animals. The discovery of the human impression has left McDonald particularly puzzled, and not he or anyone who has seen and studied the impression has been able to explain how this modern footprint could have been located in the Permian strata, which according to scholars dates from between 290 to 4,800 to 248 million years in the past, a time period occurring long before man or even birds and dinosaurs existed on the planet, according to modern science and modern scientific thinking. Should we change the way we think and look at things? Or should we accept modern-day scientific thinking, which suggests there's no way this human footprint could even exist? It seems to be an ongoing debate between people who firmly believe that history is wrong and those that point out that all of these mysterious findings may have nothing to do with reality. But we have the physical evidence. How could they deny the reality?